Today, let's talk about my start on Roblox. It was late 2007, November, I think. That's when I joined, so it had to have been close to that at least. My friend, Jay, was telling me about this new game that he found, Roblox. And this was in middle school, 6th grade. And every day during class, he'd talk about this game and tell me that I had to try this out. I had to try this game out. So I went on the website, took a look, and thought it looked pretty dumb. What was up with these characters? They looked so kiddie. It looked like such a kiddie looking game with the 1.0s. That was all there were at the time. And I thought the 1.0 bodies looked really stupid. So it sort of turned me off on the idea of playing the game. I kind of wanted to stay away from it. Eventually though, I did make an account. I looked around the site, checked out what this was about. I remember one of the first conversations we had about this game was the contents on the front page, the games page. He was talking about some of the games on there. And something that stood out to me was he was talking about this game called Kill the Barneys or something like that. It was just two giant figures roaming around on a base plate that were purple. When he was telling me about this, I was confused. My main question was, how do they get away with that? I mean, Barney's copyrighted material. Because I didn't really understand that everything on the games page was user created and wasn't hand-picked by the admins themselves. It was just whatever had the most players in it. I didn't really understand what the game was. Previous to Roblox, the only online game I had really played was Club Penguin, which, well, let's not talk about Club Penguin. Like everybody who joined Roblox during this period, the first thing I did was go to my place, which was this house. Built some stuff, and I used the delete tool to completely destroy the house. That was one of the best things about old Roblox. The games were pretty shit. Like, let's be honest. There weren't a lot of good games back in 2007. I didn't really start to make anything until that next year, 2008. I was too busy working on the first YouTube videos to ever be featured on this channel. Early 2008 on Roblox was the first time I ever got a dose of, like, minor internet fame. Because I had 4 games hit the front page in the course of 2 or 3 months. The first one was a game I called Destroy the Noobs. Pretty self-explanatory. That game had 2 sequels, which also hit the front page. And the other one was Olympic Games, which was, again, a very simple game. You had all of these hurdles, and you'd have to jump them until you got to the end. Some other early works of mine were Double Trouble Comics World and Obstacle Course, Midnight Sword Fight, which was just my take on Sword Fight on the Heights. Pretty simple. I remember one time when I was just messing around in Midnight Sword Fight, this guy appeared in my game to challenge me. His name was Milkman, who, if you don't know, is pretty famous nowadays for being one of the best sword fighters on Roblox. While exploring the games at this time, I came into my signature look. I don't even remember what kind of game it was, but I was going through it and I saw this traffic cone hat on the ground. And I thought it looked really cool. I'm like, that's cool. And I put in the chat, hey, if you pick up hats in game, do you get to keep them? You don't get to keep hats that you pick up. But after picking it up in that game, I knew I needed this traffic cone hat. It went on to become my signature hat until it was replaced by another traffic cone. I also started foruming during this period. I'd never really been an active member of a message board before this. I would mainly post on general discussion, which is now known as Roblox Talk. I was even a top 100 poster on the forum for a while, but the top poster badges on there are pretty much broken now, so I had only had it for a short period of time. In the end, the game that I was hesitant to play became something I stuck with for a very long time. It was a good platform to create stuff on, and I became a fairly recognized member in the community. Over the years, my relevance waned. But I was able to make a few more popular games. In 2012, I thought it was time to hang the towel and leave Roblox once and for all. It was becoming a distraction, and I needed to let it go. For almost 2 years, I was gone, only checking in on the website every month or two just to see how things have come. Nobody even knew I came back. I pretty much just logged on and started making stuff because I had some ideas. In 2015, I established my group, Bad Graphics Creations, because I wanted a platform for people to follow me on the website itself. For like a year, this group just sat there, me sharing creations from other users I thought was cool. There wasn't much of a reason to follow it. Up until early 2016, I was experimenting with several different game ideas that would succeed Castle in the Sky. After a lot of deliberating on the ideas that I actually wanted to explore in the next game, I finally settled on this monster collecting RPG, currently under the name Project Creatures. Since that point in early 2016, I have been working on and off on this project, slowly building it into something I feel is good enough to show to the public. Between now and then, I've also transferred both of my games over to Bad Graphics Creation, completely remastered. In November of this year, it'll be my 10th anniversary on Roblox, and that's gonna be pretty weird.
Bad Graphics.